All right, this is Kerry Sullivan here with another howtokickassensales.com video interview. And today, I'm pretty excited to do this actually because we got Ryan Magin on. And Ryan Magin, let me tell you the story about how Ryan and I met. We met in this warehouse gym in St. Petersburg, Florida. Dude, was it like some while back now?
Gotta be like 6, 7 years ago, maybe 5.
I don't even know. I think it was like 2007.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a while.
So like 8 years, right? So it's pretty crazy. But anyway, and we were in this warehouse with this other guy who you can check out on YouTube, a guy named Elliot Helps. And we're all trying to figure out how to start businesses and make money online and all that. And at the time, Ryan was a BMX biker, professional BMX biker. And he was all into lifting and everything like that. And then he's just kind of evolved into this fashion guy over the past few years. And he's kind of a big deal now. And he's a model, and he's kind of a go-to guy in the fashion industry for a lot of guys. And the reason I'm bringing him on is because in sales, I personally think it really matters how you look, for sure. And Ryan's he can talk about this way more than me, and we're gonna get into it. But I'm really excited to have Ryan Magin on here. He's gonna help us all out, just take our sales game to the next level, just by our image and all that. So with that, I welcome Ryan Magin to the call. How you doing, Ryan?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me on here. I'm excited to, for one, talk to you because I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while, but two, to help out your people.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. So the first thing we do though, Ryan, is we do the rapid fire round. So I'm gonna start off with, what's your favorite color?
I'd have to say I like muted colors. I like blacks, grays, like whites, like just muted down stuff because I like subtlety. But if I had to go a bright color, I would say red because it's like authority and power.
Nice.
So, but I don't wear a whole lot of color. I wear more muted stuff.
And what kind of red? Is it like a Ferrari red, or is it like a maroon?
Yeah, like actually matte red, like that matte Ferrari. Like you see that if somebody buys like $1 million car, whatever the fuck those things cost, and then just completely wraps it in like a color that looks like it looks like shit. I appreciate that. So I like those flat colors.
Nice. All right, cool. What's your favorite book?
Well, it's pretty much a tie between Dan Kennedy's Wealth Attraction in the New Economy and the 50th Law. I can't decipher one or the other. They're both fucking badass.
All right, nice. What is your favorite clothing brand?
Oh, actually, I go cheap shit. I like H&M and that's only because in my industry, being that I have to have like what I call a high turnover of clothes. Yeah. I wear the same shirt in like more than like 2 or 3 videos. People are like, dude, like why you wear the same shit all the time? So like I tend to not spend a lot of money on certain brands, but one brand I really like is Hugo Boss. Like, but I don't buy a lot of their stuff. I just really like their shit.
Yeah. Well, I wear like the same shirt a lot in my videos.
Yeah. But you're not teaching fashion. When you teach fashion, then they're like, dude, like you're kind of like a loser. You wear like the same shirt all the time, bro.
Nice. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, Iron Man all day.
Nice.
The whole series.
What's your favorite place you ever visited?
Let's see. I gotta go with Vegas. I love Vegas. I mean, I just like that for the environmental exposure of not giving a fuck about money and wanting to have enough money to where you don't give a fuck about money. Vegas is all day.
There you go. Nice. So those are my rap. Oh, what's your favorite food?
That's a good question. I've been obsessed with like omelets lately. Like I don't know, that's just like what I've been eating a lot of. And Chipotle. I gotta go Chipotle. Burrito. Chipotle.
Nice. All right. So with that, we're gonna get into the meat of it here. So let's talk fashion. So I think in sales, we do a lot more like face-to-face stuff, phone stuff, or whatever it may be. But I think it's pretty important how you look. So what's your opinions on that?
Well, I guess it would. I mean, what's the people that watch your stuff? Just so I can clarify, like what sales are they? Like direct sales, like door-to-door guys? Are they doing like car salesmen? Like how like what people are we dealing with?
We got all sorts. So we got B2B guys, we got real estate people, we have door-to-door salespeople. We got phone sales guys, so we have a wide variety.
All right. So, well, first thing I like to do, I mean, so it's definitely like, I would say demographic based. So like if you don't want to appear like, so take a car salesman, for example. most of them tend to dress for the most part, they dress very business casual. Like they'll wear a tie, like, you know, your average shirt, like your khakis and your shoes. But the dude that's wearing like a fitted suit, I automatically would give that guy more respect. I think he's like maybe the boss, he's like this or that. So like if you're dealing with like whatever you're selling, if you're selling high value stuff like houses, cars, like high level furniture, like shit that you're gonna make big ass commissions on, like you gotta dress like you're already making those big ass commissions. Like, cause they wanna be like, oh, the salesman, like you fucking dressed to the nines, the dude's awesome, like I trust him. And the trust factor comes in when you're wearing like, you know, a fitted suit or something, or just very tailored clothes. Like you got to give a shit how you look. And I think that plays a huge thing, especially I know if I'm going to spend money with somebody, I want them to look like they appreciate my money and they know what it means to like work for money. You know, like that's just my feeling. But as a general rule of thumb, like, and this is kind of because a lot of the guys that I teach are like trying to impress women in dating and meet women when they go out. So I have this thing, it's like one level above. So it's like you always want to dress one level above wherever you're going or who you're going to be around. So if your customers are wearing like shorts and t-shirts all the time, you want to be wearing like nice fitted pants and a nice button on, maybe tucked in. Not crazy, but you're one level above the people you're talking to. So they automatically going to have that prejudgment of, oh, he has authority, he's dressed better than me. If you're working on Wall Street, you gotta be to the nines. Like you gotta be fucking badass. If you're selling cars, just a simple fitted suit. If you're doing door-to-door sales, I don't know that I would do, if a guy showed up at my door in a suit, I think I would have a disconnect with that, being door-to-door sales. So I would go a little more business casual, just really care about how you dress. I don't know what that guy was doing with the ashtray over there, but yeah, so just like take into consideration who you're gonna, like, because if you're door-to-door, you're gonna be, people are gonna probably answer the door in their like, you know, their pajamas sometimes. So like, and a guy's in a suit standing there, it's like, oh shit, like, did I do something wrong? Like, so you want to kind of think of the mentality of the people you're dealing with and how they're going to portray how you look. Like that's kind of a general advice, but that's how I would come at sales.
Right. So here's the other thing. You know, a lot of people, they are not so much into fashion, right? And they don't really know. So like, how can you tell if you're putting things together the right way and you look appropriate and sharp and it's going to come off good?
The number one thing that it trumps all, like you can mess up colors, you can mess up patterns, but if your clothes fit you properly, you're going to win the game. And when I say fit you, I know there's like, we argue about the suit fitment a lot on like Instagram. I know you tag me in a lot of stuff, but like real slim, like your pants need to be slim, not over baggy, not covering your shoes too much. You got to see that you have nice shoes on. Your clothes should be ironed. You know, and you don't want extra fabric. Like your shirts, they should, you know, even if you're a little heavier, a little overweight, they should still like hug your body and not be, there's a thing we call male muffin top. And I know you've seen it. It's where like somebody's wearing like their pants and their belt's so pulled tight that their shirt's kind of like overflowing at the belt. Like that's not cool. Take that shirt to the tailor, you get rid of all that. For one, yes, their clothes are tighter, but they make you look more muscular. They make you look more presentable and well put together. And that, if you take a suit, you could have an Armani suit that costs 5 G's and it could fit you too baggy and you look like shit. But you could have an H&M suit that you bought for $80. It fits you good and you're going to look better. So fit is like everything.
Right. So it should be fairly form-fitting, kind of shape, you know, around the shape of your body.
Yeah, not too tight, not too baggy, but just like no extra fabric. Like your pants, like, I mean, and it's also, there's trends like,
things are tighter
in a suit.
Like things
are a lot tighter.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you. The Rock posted a picture on his Instagram, and his pants were tight. I was like, I almost tagged you in it. Because we always tag and hold on, I'm gonna pull it. I gotta show you because The Rock killed this suit game. You should be able to. Speak of The Rock, he's like #1 on my feed right now. But this, I hope you guys can see this. But that's The Rock in a suit.
Oh, we can't see it, man. Unfortunately, that's right.
Ah, damn. Well, either way, The Rock on Instagram, you can see what he's rocking. But just no extra fabric is like the key. And everything is tending to go more slimmer and tighter now, but that's because we're taking more of the European fashion into the States. So that just fit. Like, just take the extra time and get your clothes.
It's grown on me.
Yeah, I mean, just get your clothes tailored, and then you're gonna win.
Yeah, so let's talk about this, because is it tough to find clothes in a store that fit you properly? Do you have to get everything tailored? How's that work?
Not every. Well, it also like it depends on your body type. Like being that, I mean, and you probably deal with this too. You're very lean from riding and doing your miles and being a pro triathlete. Like me, I'm very wide shouldered, narrow waist. So it's like the clothes aren't meant to fit people that aren't of average body shape. Because you think of the average American. I mean, who are they making clothes for? The guy that's 30 pounds overweight. Like that's the average American that eats McDonald's. Like that's who the clothing manufacturers make clothes for. So it's really tough to find good fitting shirts, like dress shirts. Yeah. You know, if you get like where you might be, maybe you work out just a little bit, your shoulders are wide, so you wear like a large up top, but you're only, 180 pounds, so your waist is pretty small. So that you buy a large shirt, then you get it tailored, and you get the arms tailored, because I don't know, like proportions on every like American sizing is weird. Like, and if you're shopping in stores like H&M and Zara, and these are like very fashion forward stores we have here in the States. I don't know where you should have H&Ms. Pretty much all over the country has H&Ms.
Yeah,
it's a very
most big cities too.
Yeah, it's a European. It's more European, which is more fitted, and that does a lot of things for the person wearing it. It makes you look more muscular. It makes you look in better shape, and when you look that way, you appear more confident. So in sales, confidence is everything.
Yeah.
So that's like. But you don't necessarily have to tailor everything. But I do. I mean, for my body type, it's very hard for me to get clothes off the rack that fit me. So I have a good relationship with my tailor, and I'm there probably once a week, like once every other week, dropping shit off to get it fixed. And like it can run pricey. I mean, people get like, oh, it's expensive to tailor. But I have this like little Asian lady that she's really cheap and she's awesome. So.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. So generally when you get a shirt or you're working with guys and helping them look good, or you get pants or whatever, are there like do you basically have to get the same thing done for all guys or whatever? Yeah. And so what are the main things that you get tailored?
Your shirts, they call it, I don't know what they call it, like pinning. Basically you put the shirt on, and then all the fabric that's like right here,
yeah,
they just pin it down. So they like
form it tighter to your body.
And what that does is it makes your shirt tuck in nicer. Yeah. So that's number one. And if you just did that to your shirts, you'd be miles ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to go the next step, it's like the sleeves. They'll pin all the clothes here, so your shirts are real streamlined.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, you shouldn't be able to pull your sleeve all the way up. Like you want it to get tight around your forearm. Most shirts don't do that. They can just go all the way up because they're way too much fabric. So those are like that's like first step.
Right.
And then with pants, you don't want them like I say skinny, like I wear skinny jeans technically, but like most of my pants, like you want the quads to be just streamlined, but then I like to taper them towards the ankle. So like when you wear shoes, you can see the entire shoe.
Right.
So there's no fabric over top of the shoe. And then at the same time, you don't want it to be bunching up, like, the bottom of pants, like get all bunched up. Sure. You don't want that either. You want it to end right at your shoe line and just add a nice, like cuff, I guess you could say. I don't know what they call it in the tailoring world, but it's basically what I tell people to do, like when they're taking it to get things to get tailored, is find a celebrity you like how they dress, take their Instagram pics that you like, and just show them to the tailor and say, make mine look like that. And if they're a smart tailor, 9 out of 10 of them will know exactly what you want.
Yeah, sure. And then with a shirt, the collar's got to fit, though. Can they mess with that or not?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, it depends. If you're wearing ties a lot, yeah, you want it to be just, like, perfect. You don't want it to be, like cutting off circulation, but you want it to just fit right.
Yeah.
Like, but if you never wear a tie,
yeah,
it really doesn't matter because your shirt's unbuttoned anyways.
Can you get that tailored, though, or is that going to be fit from the get-go?
Most of the shirts that you buy, you want them to fit in the shoulders and the neck pretty like right away. Yeah. So you should be able to button the neck and not too much room, and the shoulders they shouldn't be like buckling out here. It should just fit nice right here and right here. Everything else the tailor can make perfect.
Right. And then with pants, it's basically the waist is going to be good, and then they can mess with the rest.
With the general rule of thumb with the waist, you should be able to wear it without a belt if you didn't have one, but you should always wear a belt.
Okay. All right.
So they should just be just snug enough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then in terms of, let's talk belts. Are belts supposed to match the shoes or what?
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, like, and this is where I come from, like, I like nuded types of outfits and colors. Like I would have one nice, really nice black belt and like nice black shoes, obviously black and black. I have one really nice brown belt and one really nice matching pair of brown shoes.
Yeah.
And generally, if I'm wearing brown, I'm wearing navy blue and white, like white shirt, navy blue jacket, denim, you know, brown shoes. If I'm wearing black, I mean, I personally prefer black because you can't fuck it up. And a lot of people like brown. Like, I don't know why brown is super popular, because like if you had just one black belt, one black shoes, you can wear it with everything.
Yep.
Like, and you always look clean and classy.
Yeah.
Like there's no, like, so, but yeah, generally you want to match, unless your like shoes are like a sand color. There's different types of things, but most people watching this, if you're trying to attract for sales, stick to like black shoes, black belt. It's just, it wins every time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And in terms of, think about the sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze, and it's gonna come.
All right.
Or not. Oh, let's talk about colors, because I sent you this color chart thing earlier, right? And it was, I don't know, it's a few months back or whatever. And what it was is I found this thing, and it basically says based on like your skin tones, your eye colors, hair colors, there's certain colors that are gonna look good on you. And I started messing around with it, and I think it's true. Like, I really think it's true. Like, I will look crap like in yellows and whatever. Like, I'm a summer type on there, like a cool summer type, they say. And so I started messing around with that. So let's talk colors. What's going on with colors?
I mean, it's skin tones like the easiest. I don't get too much into eye color. Like, people get crazy when it comes to eye color matching your shoes, and like I don't go that route. But like generally, like a white guy who's not super tan doesn't look as good in like, you know, a white shirt, because it's too much. It washes yourself out. Yeah. So you want like I like a high contrast. So if you're kind of paler, like darker colors tend to look good on you because it's a good contrast. If you're like a black man, you look really good in white because the contrast is high. So it's like you got to kind of find that happy medium. Like, I mean, generally I like darker blues, lighter blues, darker reds, lighter, like people they're like an even ground. Like you look good in it whether you're dark skinned or light skinned. Like and for me it's like you can kind of mess with color when you kind of establish like a solid base of a wardrobe and like you know what you're doing. But when you're starting out, it's like just get the basics together and then build out from there. Like for me, it's like I think nothing looks classy in like a fitted black suit with like maybe a white button up and then just like a dark navy blue tie or like a dark red tie. Like little pops of color, like not a lot of shit going on. You just look classier that way. And that's, I mean, because people get, I mean, especially if you're wearing suits and like business casual, colors get real. And patterns, like people just fuck that up. Like they just start trying to get a little too crazy. And I think for me, like I want to wake up in the morning and just be like, okay, everything in my closet looks good. I know that. I don't have to think about it. I just put it on and I go out the door. Yeah.
All right. And then in terms of suits, all right, let's say you can get one suit. Should you get a black? Should you get charcoal, navy? Like, what do you think?
I would say if you're doing sales, like if you're trying to build out like a solid like salesman type wardrobe, I would probably go with charcoal gray first. For one, because there's a lot of options there, because you can wear the blazer separately, you can wear the pants with a dark shirt, you can wear the pants with a light shirt, you can wear light shirt with the gray pants with the brown belt, brown shoes, you can wear it with black shoes, black belt. There's a lot of options for just one suit. So I would start with charcoal gray, and then like everybody says navy, but I don't like navy suits. Like I don't really like navy in general.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
So like
get me into navy shirts. I was like, nope.
Yeah. So I would say a black, because then you can start separating the black. You can wear the black blazer with like a t-shirt and denim. You can wear the black blazer with a white shirt. You can wear it with a black shirt. You can wear it with a gray shirt or red shirt. A lot of options there. So like, I would go try.
Huh? What about pinstripes or checks or anything like that on a suit?
I mean, pinstripes are good, but once again, it's like get the basics first. Get like a basic charcoal, a basic black, and then add to like a pinstripe, maybe like a micro check. There's all kinds of options.
Got it. Okay, cool. And then in terms of, let's talk grooming, right? Because that's important too. So what's the deal with grooming? How can you make sure that your hair looks professional, facial hair? What's going on with all that?
I say get a haircut every 2 weeks. That's just me.
Keep it sharp, yeah.
like keep it real trim and neat, especially if you're going, if your appearance is like selling stuff for you. I mean, I prefer like, I mean, I don't need to shave every day, but some people do. I mean, if you have facial hair, you just want it to be just real, like don't have it like scraggly neck hairs and shit. Just real tight and clean is the best. Like, you just want to be always presentable. Like you don't want to like, you know, a lot of people with the beards, they get the neck beard and it's like up, they get some hairs up here. Like you just want it to be clean and trim. So I say every 2 weeks.
Keep the lines in check and all that. Good deal.
Yeah.
I read something from one of your things a while back, and it's basically they did studies about guys who were like in uniforms or looked sharp or whatever. What was the deal with that again? There is some pretty cool information.
Well, there's this old, like, weird-looking dude called Edward Thorndike, and he created, I guess it was like, what do they call it, a hypothesis, or I don't know, it was a theory called the halo effect. And what the halo effect is that people judge you based on your appearance without even realizing it. And we used it in marketing a lot. Like, you know, like, for example, everybody assumes Subway is healthy because of Jared Fogelman. But Jared Fogelman never really ate Subway. He just happened to say he liked Subway. They hired him. They saw this guy lost all this weight. Now Subway and Jared Fogelman are like this, and everybody thinks Subway's healthy. That's the halo effect at work.
Yeah.
So like when it came to appearance, you know, like for example, if you're in like an operating room and somebody that walks in a t-shirt and shorts, are you gonna be like, whoa? But if they walk in a suit and a lab coat, you're gonna be like, all right, cool, I got you. That's the halo effect. So it's people. They've even done studies where they'll put a guy in like shorts and a t-shirt, and with a group of people behind them, and go to walk across the street, like jaywalking, and nobody will follow it. But you put a guy in a suit and have him jaywalk, and the whole group follows him. And they do it subconsciously because he looks like he's important. Like you should follow him. So that's like the halo effect, and it's really fascinating. Like they do it a lot in marketing persuasion to, you know, like certain colors, like red means power, blue means trust. Like Facebook's logo is blue because it's a trustworthy color, and Facebook wants you to trust them. Like it's all not coincidental. It's just subconsciously happening.
Right on. Okay, so all right, when I first met you, we all dressed like, well, just workout clothes or whatever, right? And you've changed a lot, your image for sure. Like, I never really, I mean, none of us cared. Like you, me, and Elliot, we didn't care. Like Elliot was in like wife beaters every day and like whatever, and like you're in your cargo shorts or whatever and beaters and torn up shirts or whatever. So now you dress nice, right? So how's that impact?
Well, for me, it was like, well, my whole story was, you know, like I had that professional athlete vibe. Like the BMXer was like, fuck the world. Like I'm cooler than you. I don't need to look good. And then I was starting to do okay online. So like I didn't have to have a job. So like I had like the crazy hair. And then I met my girlfriend, and she was on like, you know, we were together like 2 years, and she had gotten on this, like the career path, like took off for her. And she was killing it with in like a 6-figure job. So I was having to go to these networking events, and I had nothing to wear. So instead of like redoing my image and getting clothes, I was like, fuck those people. I don't need to dress nice. Well, long story short, we broke up. So I took it as like oh shit, like, you know what?
You broke up because basically you wouldn't show up nice to events.
Yeah, well, my image, I wasn't fitting her in, like the image that she was trying to portray. So like there was more to it than that, but that was like the core of it. At least I took it that way. So at first I was all mad and pissed, and, you know, like you get angry, but then I was like, you know what? Like I'm going to be the best dressed guy everywhere I go from now on this point forward. So I got obsessed with style. And what started happening was like, I would buy a nice pair of boots. I'd get a nice pair of jeans, and then I'd go out. I get compliments. And then I was like, oh, well, let me try like a blazer. So like I get a blazer, get it tailored. I'm like, and I'd be getting like hit on. Like I was getting like, you know, people were like thinking that like I was like an owner of the bar, like all this, like, I'm like weird stuff. Like girls would just come sit next to me. And then like, it became easy to like talk to women. Like I was meeting like higher quality people. Like people were like, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do this. Like, so like I was starting to like notice all this, and I'm like, well, this is pretty freaking cool. And so I just started stepping on my game. And then eventually all my friends wanted me to do it for them. So that was like, I mean, you've seen Elliot's change his image quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, naturally, like, I was a joke at first, like, oh, what are you gonna be, a model? What do you like, this and that? Now then it was like, yo, dog, what are you doing on like Saturday? You think you want to go to the mall with me? And I was like, oh, you want me to take you to the mall? Okay, cool. So like that's kind of like what started happening. But really, like, it was a mind shift, because like if you dress nice on a plane, like, and this has happened to me, like, I got, hey, we have one first class seat available. Do you want it? And it's just like, okay, sure. Well, why do they do that? Well, because I look like I belong in first class. I look like I belong up there. I don't look like I should be that kid sitting in coach like this, like, and like I've gotten upgraded room suites in Vegas, like, just because I was dressed nice. Like, I was just like, so like that, those are some of like the cool, like, flashy things. But other than that, like, the internal confidence of like just dress, you look good, like, is unstoppable. Like,
yeah, there's something else out there I saw somewhere where like guys that dressed better and they had uniforms on, it actually raised their testosterone and stuff too. So like when you're more confident, that helps too as well. We all know that does all kinds of pretty good stuff for guys and whatever. So that's pretty cool. And then there was that article that went viral, and I think I sent this to you, or you sent it. I can't remember.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, so basically the gist of it was this guy started dressing nice. He started going into these stores, and he was dressed nice, and he was getting like, and he was a business guy. He was getting like opportunities, and then he was like getting nicer cars. I think he's like even like renting Lamborghinis or whatever, and just for that image thing, and it helped him with his business, right?
Yep, 100%. Like, it was Neil Patel, with the guy that runs Quick Sprout. That was who wrote the article.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just started going into, because that's the thing, like, there's a different type of person if you shop at Nordstrom's versus if you shop at JCPenney's. Like, so you meet higher quality people. And those people, so it's like, naturally, if you're a car salesman and you're shopping at like, maybe like, like a Nordstrom, and you're trying on clothes, and the guy, and somebody's like, oh, what do you do? Because you're about to spend $600 on a blazer. Yeah. Naturally, it's like, oh, if you can do that, you probably are doing pretty well. That's the same thing with like cycling. It's like, you don't cycle, you can't afford a bike unless you make a certain amount of money. So like, naturally people are attracted. You're surrounding yourself with wealthier people, and if you just happen to be a salesman for cars, and LeBron James just happens to be shopping at the same store where you're buying a shirt, you might be getting LeBron James a car.
Yeah, it's totally true. You know, someone this has happened to too is so I do a lot of sales stuff for Telman Knudsen, right? Mm-hmm. And it was the same deal. So when I met this guy, he was like the antithesis of all that. He was the same deal. He was an online marketer. He had beard and hair down to here. Yeah. So when I met him, he wasn't even wearing shoes. Right, it was in a con. He wasn't even wearing shoes. He had his jeans like rolled up just underneath his knees, and he was wearing a superhero T-shirt. This was like complete opposite of everybody, and like it had like a trucker hat with like holes in it. You would have thought he was homeless, honestly. And then he started changing his image too, and like he's like, I hate it, but it's true. People treat me different. So yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, and people, like, especially entrepreneurs, like, they have that mindset, like you go into entrepreneurship because you want to, like, say, fuck the man, like, I don't want to work for the man, I don't want to wear a uniform. But then you realize, it's like, well, there's a reason why they're making people do that, because people do think like that. So it's like, it's almost like you got to come full circle. You got to be like that dude that's like, fuck you. And then you're like, all right, well, I can be that guy that says fuck you, but I'm going to be a really good looking guy doing it. Because, I mean, and then back on like the studies, like they've done studies that attractive people have, like, I think it's 15% higher starting salaries than their unattractive counterparts. So it's like, not everybody can change their facial structure, their body weight. Like, some of it's all genetic based, a lot of it. But by simply dressing nice, like, you can control that.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
You have 100% control over your image and what you wear. So why wouldn't you want to make it say something, I'm a badass?
Yeah, and I'm gonna argue you can control your fitness. You can look like, definitely look in shape, and that goes a long way. That's like the number one thing they're saying too. Like, yeah, you can't control your face, and like, I'm not gonna look like a Brad Pitt or whatever, but like, you can definitely control that your body looks, you know, in decent shape and whatever. And they've shown that that's like the #1 thing that people really do look at, you know, with attractiveness is just, does this person look healthy? Like,
yep.
You know, does their face look like clean and clear? And that's just like an ancient genetic thing. You know, if someone's got like sores all over their face from back in the day, they're probably not good for the gene pool, right? So that's, you know, it's the same deal with us now. So that's uber cool. And then other question is where, so you talked about H&M. Those are some of your go-to places, right? Because I think one of the things I definitely learned from you don't have to go out and buy, like, because obviously in sales, you know, most of these guys, like almost all the guys, I'd say half the people I deal with wear suits, right? And obviously with suits, you can spend basically.
Yeah.
What's it getting? And then from you, I learned, no, you don't really have to. Fit whatever. So where's some good places guys can get food? Like,
as far as like, I mean, you can essentially, once you get a good relationship with a tailor, I mean, Burlington Coat Factory suits can look like $1 million if you get them tailored right. You know, like Men's Warehouse, buy 3 get 1 free, can look like $1 million, but you got to get them tailored right. But I mean, as far as clothes that are like, they're gonna fit pretty good right from the get-go. H&M, Zara, ASOS.com has a lot of cool shit. Like a lot of the European brands, I'm trying to think more like business casual stuff. Like a lot of the stuff at Nordstrom's like fits really good just because
what about these custom sites that you see online, like Jay Hillebrand and there's some what are some of those custom sites that you see out there?
Essentially, like you take your measurements and then you send them to them and they make you shirts that fit your body, which those are like the top tier.
Yeah, you think that's pretty good?
Oh, those are awesome. But like now you're looking at $150 a shirt.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to
their suits are pretty decent, I think. I mean, they're like, you could get $500 suit, which I mean, originally I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go get a bunch of Hugo Boss suits, which are, you know, a few grand or whatever, right?
Suitsupply.com, and they actually have retail stores. They're awesome. Like I think $500-700 for a dope ass suit. Right
on. Okay, cool. And then you go to a tailor, you have them measure you, and then you send those in, type deal.
Yeah, like just, I mean, basically I mean, most stuff I just buy it online, and then I just take it to the tailor and have them make it for me. Like, because you know, like I know I'm like a 44 regular jacket. I know I'm a size 36 waist. As long as I get those 2 things right and the jacket fits, like the tailor can do everything else.
Right, right. And then in terms of tailoring, how much does that cost to tailor like a shirt or whatever?
It's kind of demographic based. Like New York City is really expensive. LA is really expensive. But I mean, I don't spend more than $20 tailoring my shirts and like 25-30 on my pants.
Okay. All right. So it's pretty,
And I mean, most of my shirts like $10. Like just getting the sides pinned, $10. Like, because like I said, once you get better at it, like, you know, okay, these arms are good. You know, I just need to get the sides brought in. Like that's it.
And then what about, okay, like shirts we're wearing and like polo shirts, do you get those tailored too?
No, like once you find a brand that fits, buy every color. Like that's what I tell people. Like t-shirts, like Express is really good. Actually, I mean, Express is pretty good all around. You don't need much tailoring with Express clothes. And sometimes you get lucky and you don't need any if you have a body type that fits one of the sizes. But like Express has like polos and crew necks, and they're all made of like a good stretchy material. So they're pretty dope. And then like H&M has cheap stuff too, but they don't last very long.
Yeah. And then in terms of ironing, things got to be ironed. They got to look sharp that way.
Yeah. Right? I mean, if you hang most of your stuff, which most people do, like you shouldn't need much ironing. Yeah. But I mean, like if you don't want wrinkled pants and you don't want a wrinkled shirt. Okay. Like, and then I'm like caring for it. I get a lot of my stuff dry cleaned, and I don't really dry anything. Most everything I hang dry. I mean, because dryers really fuck up your clothes a lot. They like fade your colors. So it's like, you know, if you're hanging stuff to dry over like a drying rack, you should be fine. Gotcha.
Do you tailor your jeans as well?
Some of them I do. Because I like the real narrow ankle. I'll get like my jeans tape. They call it tapering from the knee down. Yeah. So they look like skinny pants, but they're not. And that's only because I hate having like my ankles bunch up like at the bottom.
Got it.
And that's like $15-20.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I think that basically handles it. Ryan, where can people find your stuff? What are you doing? What's going on? How can people work with you? Do you have ebooks? What do you got going on?
Well, I have tons of products, but really, I mean, my YouTube channel is where I send everybody now, and it's just my name. Like if you just search Ryan Magin in YouTube, I just hit across 2 million views.
Look at that. Look at that. You and Elliot, like famous people out there, loving it. So Ryan is spelled Magin.
Yeah,
So,
and then if you want to get I have a downloadable PDF for free. It's makehercometoyou.com, but that's more dating oriented than it is like sales and business. So I mean, my YouTube's probably the best place for everybody to start. And I have tons of products that are all linked in my videos. Like you can't like not find a product of mine because I'm a good marketer.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, Ryan, how often do you do videos? Like once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week?
I started daily vlogging, so I'm doing one every day now.
Oh, so am I, man. Good deal. Good deal. I like it.
I have an iPod. This is my camera.
That's
like an iPod Touch.
That's what I do too, man. Same deal. So right on, right on. So awesome, Ryan. Thanks a million for coming on. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Just don't get too overwhelmed at first. Just get basic stuff. Like get one dope suit, and you can literally wear that thing like 4 days in a row, and nobody will know it's any different. So just don't people get stressed about that. Just one step at a time. Like go to a tailor and take like your current clothes and just try to get them tailored and see how you feel and gauge your reactions. Like it's like marketing. It's like a test. Like get 3 of your shirts tailored and then just wear like no jacket, but just your shirt for a couple days and see if people say, oh, you look like you're losing weight. Oh, you look a little like, you look brighter today. Like people will comment. I promise.
Right on, right on. Well, that's it. Thanks a million, Ryan. This is another howtokickassensales.com interview with Ryan Magin here, and we'll see you guys in the next one.